Right folks, so I'm here now in Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport. This man needs no introduction, Mr. John Glen. Thank you very much, John, for joining us today.
Good evening, Mark.
So we're in the lounge here at Paris Charles de Gaulle. We've had a fantastic evening. I'm speaking from my own experience this weekend, Operation Pegasus. I just wanted to kind of catch up with you briefly and get your thoughts on the weekend. How has it been returning to Chantilly, Château Chantilly, iconic filming location from A View to a Kill? I think you've been here since the film was made, but it's been about 10 years or so. But yeah, how are you feeling?
Well, it's always lovely to come back to Chantilly. It's one of the most beautiful spots in France. The location of the actual chateau is amazing. And the stables where we had our meeting today is equally amazing.
Absolutely.
To think that the horses have such a grand residence. Huge, it's almost equal to the chateau itself. Apparently the Duke originally was convinced he'd be reincarnated as a horse or a mule, and so therefore he built the stables in the style he was accustomed.
Yeah, I mean, it was incredible. I thought that was just a line in the movie, but I've since learned that no, that was actually how he thought. So, I mean, it was incredible. We went to the stables, as you say. We had the event there. There were live horses and donkeys and things. I mean, has the location changed? Obviously, things change in 40 years, but was it as you remembered it back from filming?
Yeah, very much so. It's weathered the years very well, and it's still a very beautiful building.
Absolutely.
And the surrounds, of course, are wonderful.
Yeah.
All the woods and the various views, the colours, the various shades of green everywhere. It's just truly one of the most beautiful spots.
It really is, yeah. And I just want to touch on very briefly now, we had obviously your good self in attendance this weekend. We had a whole host of other Bond stars, but one in particular that I wanted to kind of mention, Alison Doody. It was lovely and really heartwarming. On Friday evening we were all arriving, various people arriving at different times throughout the evening, but to see you and Alison reunited for the first time since making the movie, how was that for you?
Well, it was. It's always strange to meet someone that you work with 40 years after the event.
Yeah.
And she's worn, she's worn time very well, and she's still a very elegant lady.
Absolutely.
She was there with her sister, who was also very elegant and very charming.
And she actually said, I remember distinctly, as she entered the room, we were in the bar having a drink and having a conversation with everyone. Alison arrived with Phil, and she said, "John, the man who started my career." And she gave you this massive hug, massive smile.
John, the man who gave me my first break. How are you? So nice to see you. So nice to see you.
Not saying he's had me already. Hello, good to see you.
Nice to see you.
And I mean, this film really did kind of kickstart her trajectory as an actress, didn't it?
It certainly did. She had a reasonably small part, but a very important part in our film.
Yeah.
She looked so wonderful, and obviously Steven Spielberg thought the same when he saw her in my film, because he cast her in one of his films.
Yeah.
And she made a great hit. And
it was the Indiana Jones, I believe, wasn't it?
Indiana Jones film, yeah. And she was lovely in that, and then she went on to do several other films.
Yeah.
And I think she then married very well and went back to live in Ireland in some splendour, I believe.
Fair enough. Well, you can't blame her. And the final, I don't want to keep you, but the final point I just kind of want to touch on really is the fans. Obviously, we had 254 people, I believe, in attendance this weekend, which is an amazing achievement. The French, the German, the Swiss, the British clubs all coming together to put on this event. What does it mean to you as a filmmaker, as a part of Bond history, to have this kind of engagement and level of interest still from fans?
Well, I think,
myself included, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean the James Bond films are folklore, really. Yeah. And when I think about Ian Fleming's character, it took a long time to establish in the film world, but once it got established, it was here to stay.
Yes.
I think it's up to about 25 or 26 films,
25 official.
official
Yeah.
films, and then there's two unofficial ones, I
yeah.
think. So, you know, it's here to stay, now that it's been sold on, I believe, and we can look forward to seeing a whole new chapter of the James Bond saga.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say I can speak for myself, and I'm sure a lot of Bond fans. I've heard it said this weekend that the golden age of Bond really was under your tenure. You know, the 5 films you directed, you were involved with many more, of course, but were just absolutely splendid. And I think that's why people keep coming back and they're interested in these events and coming to meet you. So I'm not going to take any more time because we're going to board a flight soon, head back to London. But John, thank you so much for this weekend, coming, the wonderful stories and company. It's just, yeah, I treasure these moments, so thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure.